So I got another book alert. This is a book alert. Yeah, another book review. This is one that you need to add on your shelf. It's called The Creature from Jekyll Island. Oh man, this one right here, if you call yourself traveling down that financial journey, you know, that financial rabbit hole, oh, this is the one that's, yeah, it's gonna expand your state of mind, your mind frame. Like, what's that? Yeah, they need emoji. I need the mind blown emojis. Yeah, that's what this is. This is a mind blown emoji book, and the reason being is because it explains things in detail. And one thing I do like about this book too is not only does it point out the problem, it offers solutions. I like solutions to problems. You should like solutions to problems too, because what they do is they allow us to see a way out, right? It's one thing to always talk about something and how bad it is, but how do we make it better? And I like that the author in this book, he really did his due diligence. G. Edward Griffin put together a masterpiece. This right here is a masterpiece. Like the book itself, I feel like you could teach a class just based on the book, based on the information. Because what it does is it's talking about the banking system, and it breaks down the origin of the banking system, and it also breaks down the Federal Reserve and how it all correlates, right? And the reality of the situation is, in our minds, our idea in terms of what we think the bank is for, in all actuality, that might not be what the bank is actually for, right? And he breaks down secret meetings and secret relationships between the ultra wealthy and politicians. Oh man, this book is one of those that are just like, really, you read this like, okay. But after you read this, you know how to navigate. You know how to now utilize your money, right? You're not just going to let your money sit in a bank account. Because you know if you let your money sit in the bank, they're going to use your money. So you need to use your money, right? Why are you going to let somebody else use your money when you could just use it, right? So just things of that nature, it will open up your frame of mind. I think it's a really, really good read if you're an individual who is really like striving to be financially literate. Like it's so deep, and it goes so far back. It goes so far back to when brothers was riding trains. Like trains was the only means of transportation. No airplanes, no Southwest, no Delta, no American Airlines. None. It was the train. Yeah, when you had to come, you had to get on a boat to come over it. Like it was like they went probably not that far back, but you get the point that I'm making. This book has history attached to it. To give you a few details, is is really diving into like fiat currencies, right? When we got rid of the gold standard, and in terms of just fiat currencies that existed and how they were inflated and then deflated, and like it's a law that you use the government fiat. Like we didn't even think about that. Like you live in the United States of America, you cannot not accept $100 bill. You can't be like, yo, I'm not accepting that because it's $100 bill. You can't do that. By law, you can't do that. You have to accept the fiat currency. Crazy, right? So you understand why the money has to circulate, because when it talks about all of the debt in the world, when we talk about fiat currency, you will now begin to understand why the money has to move. Why they say don't let your money sit, because if it's sitting, it's losing, right? You want it moving. So this is just something I'm really going to suggest that you read. It's a long read, I'm not gonna lie to you. I read this on an audio book, and I want to say it was like a 7-hour audio read. So I can only imagine what the physical read is, but nonetheless, whether you do audio or whether you do physical, this is one of those books that you definitely need to read, especially if you find yourself striving to become like rich or wealthy, or just in the know of how things are done, right? From on the other side, you know, that reason, you know, you want to know the real reason why when you go down to the bank and you say, yo, let me get my 100 grand. And they say, oh, sir, you're supposed to call in 2 days in advance. And you're like, well, when I brought my 100 grand here, I didn't have to call 2 days in advance. So why do I got to call 2 days in advance to come get it? That type of, you know what I'm saying? That type of mentality, like you will understand why you got to call in advance, right? You'll also understand when you put your 100 grand in the bank, what actually happens to it, how many times it can get loaned out. You will understand, right, the relationship between your country and other countries? Why is your country loaning money to poor countries? There's a reason. Oh man, this book, this one of them ones. I'm not gonna lie to you. 7-hour audio, probably a 15. I don't know. I don't read. You might be faster than all. I don't know. But what I do know is you need to read this book.